Hi, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you, Priya.
Makarand, it will be good if you can give a quick introduction for our viewers.
Sure, it'll be my pleasure. My name is Makarand. Many people call me Mac because that's easier to get it wrong. So I've been associated with different organizations of different sizes over the past 2 decades, close to 2 decades. Starting with a startup and then working in the consulting domain for some time, and then with larger organizations. Now I'm a consultant associated with LeanWisdom. On the personal side, I have a daughter, 8.5 year old, who decides my weekends, and a very loving family. My wife says my superpower is I'm hopelessly positive. So that's about me.
Makarand, in the world of Agile, there is always a buzz around Scrum Master word, right? However, when we see around people, not many of them are aware of what actually Scrum Master be doing, right? There is still a lot of gray area around it. Can you please share some thoughts on this?
Yes, Priya, I agree totally on that. The Scrum Master role is widely misunderstood one. For me, it's a journey. It's a journey of enabling a group of people that you're serving from a point wherein they probably don't want you, but they need you, to the point in time where they want you to be around, but they don't need you anymore. Makes sense. Okay, I'll give you an example now. So imagine a sports team, a football team, a cricket team, or any team of people, right? So typically, when a coach joins, what happens is like the new coach will come with their own set of routines, new set of drills that the team has to go through, and the team will hate them for that, right? So similar resistance is faced by a Scrum Master. And if we continue with the sports team analogy, the coach continues with the team until a point wherein, like, let's say, the team actually enjoys those drills, enjoys those routines, enjoys those habits, and then they want the coach to be around, but they don't need the coach anymore. Right? So this is the journey of a Scrum Master from this point to that point wherein they're still wanted but not needed anymore. So it's an interesting role wherein the key deliverable or the key performance indicator is how quickly can you make yourself dispensable. So that's the interesting part of this role.
Makaran, interesting. When you are relating with a sports coach, yes, I can map, why coach is required to achieve the milestone wins. Definitely, we need coaches, right? Now, coming to the industry, if we, consider the Scrum Master, why are they required, right? What do they, value add that they bring in? Can you brief about it?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Before answering that, let's take a step back and then try to understand what are the challenges that most industries these days face, right? So typically what happens is, like, because of the complex nature of the world that we live in, there is too much competition for every company, every organization. And invariably they'll be trying to either catch up or be faster than their competition, right? So time to market is one of the critical challenges, and in their attempts to actually get faster to market, typically what happens is sometimes quality suffers, right? Invariably many organizations that we talk to are also facing this challenge, quality, low quality, right? And this leads to further other challenges in terms of how people are actually sort of burnt out to address all of these firefighting issues, right? So all of this leads to low morale, low engagement overall, right? And overall, the whole thing actually breaks the trust because there is not enough predictability in the way the teams operate, in the way the organizations operate. So to summarize this quickly, the faster time to market leads to lower quality, right? So when people try to do that, then invariably results in people burning out, having a low sense of engagement, low attention to details, and low predictability, right? So this is where the Scrum Master role comes in, and in generally, Agile promises to bridge these, bring a solution to these problems.
So, what is expected out of a Scrum Master? What and all he should be doing?
Yeah, so the Scrum Master role primarily focuses on building a high performing team. Okay, high performing is a loaded term. So to make it simple to understand, let's take an example of like Money Heist, the popular OTT series, right? So there the professor actually gathers a group of people together One of them is really good at shooting, one of them is actually good at opening the locks, the other one is actually pretty strong and then can deal with tough stuff, right? So there's a group of cross-functional people coming together, right? So just getting group of people together doesn't make it a team. So the professor creates a space wherein like they can start trusting each other, and because invariably because of their different backgrounds they'll have conflicts. He also creates a space where these conflicts are leveraged in a healthy way, right? So this is just a starting point, right? Beyond this, actually, there are a lot of involved things to getting towards the team towards a high performing stage, but these are fundamental: building a great deal of trust within the team and enabling them to deal with conflicts in an effective and healthy way. So that's the focus of the Scrum Master predominantly in the early days.
Hey, Makarand, nice example that you quoted, okay, about our famous series. Now that you mentioned about, building a high-performing teams, I'm really curious. How do you build a high-performing team?
I think that's an interesting question and probably something that will take a lifetime to probably figure the right answer out for. However, what has helped me in my journey and probably also some of the fellow coaches that I work with is building a culture of excellence, right? And as the famous quote goes, right, we are what we do repeatedly.
Yeah.
So, in that sense, excellence is a habit. So, building the right habits is something that the Scrum Master focuses on to enable high performance.
Makarand, you were mentioning about habits. When I heard the word habit, no, the first thing that came to my mind was, having a cup of tea in the morning. That's my habit.
It's
But
mine
I'm
too.
just, that's nice. So I'm just wondering, how do we relate this word habit with, building the teams?
Any team involved in solving some kind of customer problems has to build a certain set of habits. Habit of planning together, habit of assessing where they are with respect to the plan on a periodic basis, ideally on a daily basis, habit of reviewing and then getting feedback from the stakeholders in a shorter time span, habit of reflecting periodically on how things are going with respect to the process that they are employing, with respect to the product that they are building or the problem that they are solving. All of these are critical habits for any team to cultivate.
When I see some teams in the organizations, right, I see multiple habits. Like, for example, attending the daily stand ups. Team members come, they be in the daily stand up, they give just update, what did I do yesterday? What am I going to do today? They will not talk about the impediments what they are having or the blockers that they are having. They somehow shy away from asking for help. This is one common thing that I get to see. Another thing is, for example, they attend the retrospective meetings as just, one checklist item I need to complete. They do it, complete it, as a part of a habit. But is there really an action item taken, or it is addressed to closure after the retrospective? Probably, we don't get to see that.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is also a reality in many teams that I face, I coach, right? So, I think you've brought in a great point here. So, beyond habits, okay, what is essential is a culture of high trust. That is essential before any of these can actually work, right? You may actually force people to get into a daily stand up every day, a retrospective once in a couple of weeks, planning in a couple of weeks, right? But if you're not getting the true desired results or outcomes from those events or the habits that we've been referring to, it points to a deep-rooted cultural issue, which is lack of trust, right? So if people don't trust each other, because you've just gotten a group of people together with diverse skill sets, but if they don't even talk to each other or don't ask for help or offer help, it points to a great dysfunction, right? So addressing all of these dysfunctions is also one of the crucial roles of Scrum Master. Once the Scrum Master helps achieve the team overcome, like let's say, lack of trust as a dysfunction, they support the team in terms of nurturing other good habits to help them deal with conflicts in an effective way, in a healthy way, help them get towards common commitment for a shorter duration and for a longer duration, hold each other accountable for higher standards of quality and teamwork, and then continuously pay attention to achieving good results collectively. So, this is where your Scrum Master gets the team towards a stage where they are truly high performing, and eventually to a stage where the team wants them to be around, but they don't need them anymore. So, that's the journey from being not wanted but needed to finally being wanted but not needed anymore.
Okay, I can relate this with the team when they win the match. The credit goes to the coach. Similar way here, when the teams become high performing teams, the credit goes to the Scrum Master, right?
That's right. Yes.
Interesting. Great, Makarand. We had a very good conversation today. Thank you so much for being with us.
It was fun being here. Looking forward to more. Thank you.
Thank you.